It's me, Kathy. I was thinking the other day, I used to make this meatloaf for my kids when they were little, and it had a tunnel of Velveeta in the middle of it. So when the meatloaf came out of the oven and it was hot and you sliced into it, the cheese kind of oozed out onto the plate. And they liked it. Years later, my daughter actually yelled at me because she couldn't even eat a meatloaf without cheese pouring out of the middle of it. So I was going to make that for y'all, and what I realized was that I don't have a loaf pan, and I only had a pound of Hamburg. And then I discovered that I had two baked potatoes in my refrigerator, and I decided to use the baked potato skins as my vehicle for the meatloaf. So what I did was bake the potatoes, scoop out the pulp, make the meatloaf, stuff it with cheese, and bake it. And it came out really good. I'm calling it cheesy twice baked potato meatloaf. Enjoy. The potatoes were not already baked, as I said in my intro, but take two russet potatoes and bake them. And then you're going to cut them in half the long way. Then we're going to scoop out the pulp. And we don't want all of it out. We want to leave some in so you can have your meat and potato experience. And you're going to leave some in, like I said. And there they are. You want to save the potato pulp for a future use, or you could mash them and serve them with this dish. I'm going to use them for something else. So you have 1 pound of ground beef, and meatloaf takes some seasonings and some cheese. We get salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, Tabasco sauce, ketchup, not Tabasco sauce, Worcestershire sauce, ketchup, and 1 beaten egg, which we add in first. Then we're going to add the seasonings and the cheese, and the ketchup and the Worcestershire sauce too. Mix all that together so it's well blended and mixed. I was lucky to have a pair of gloves for this job, so I don't get my hands all yucky. And then we're going to add in some panko breadcrumbs to bind it together. That works with the egg to act as a binder to hold it together. I'm going to mix that up real well. Make sure it's very well incorporated. You want your meatloaf to be the consistency so you can actually pick it up and mold it. And yes, I've put Velveeta cheese. I know it's not real cheese, but it's the meltiest. And you're going to place your potato skins in a baking dish that's been sprayed with some non-stick cooking spray. And we're going to take half the meatloaf mixture and divide them equally between the potato skins. We're going to press it in there and leave a little tunnel in the middle, into which we're going to place our Velveeta cubes. We're going to put 3 cubes of Velveeta, 1-inch cubes, into each potato skin. Then we're going to take the rest of our meatloaf mixture and divide that between the potato skins again. We're going to press it in and mound it up so it looks like a meatloaf. We're going to spray the top with a non-stick cooking spray because that gives it a nice crust. And we're going to bake it in the oven for about 25 minutes. And there you have it. Cheesy goodness.